So the behaviors of a female narcissist is probably one of the most requested videos that I have never done. And the reason I avoided it up until now is because I didn't really want to feed into stereotypes with anecdotal information. But I did a little research and I found a study that supports the differences and the similarities between the male and the female narcissist. And there are reasons why men and women act differently, and it has to do with societal expectations and exploitation, which is one of the main characteristics, one of the main traits of a narcissist, male or female. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Stay tuned. Welcome to the Common Ego community. My name is Christina, and on this channel we talk about emotional abuse, its connection with spirituality, and we attempt to answer the question, where do we go from here? So if that all sounds good to you, be sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. So today we're talking about the female narcissist. And again, I have avoided making this video because I don't want to feed into gender stereotypes, but in doing the research for it and looking into some of the studies, I realized that there are different ways that men and women can exploit a situation, and so therefore there may be characteristics or behaviors that are more common for a female than a male narcissist. And I think having that information may be helpful and validating to some of you. So first, I want to point to some surprising information that I found in one of the studies that I looked into. There is a difference in the entitlement between the two. Can you guess who is the more entitled of the two? Is it the male narcissist or is it the female narcissist? So go ahead and let me know in the comments. I'm curious about what you have to say about it. And in the meantime, I'll tell you that I was a little bit surprised about the result too. But when you think about it, it kind of makes sense. Before I get to that answer, I'm going to tell you something else that was surprising to me about this study. Researchers found that there were equal levels of vulnerability in males and females. And when they talk about vulnerability, what they're talking about is kind of like what we talk about with a vulnerable narcissist or a covert narcissist. It's insecurity. It's an underlying insecurity of a narcissistic person. Okay, so now that I've given you time to pop your answer in the comments, I'll give you the answer. Who is more entitled of the sexes? It is actually, according to this study, it is actually the male narcissist. And at first I really wasn't sure what to think of that, but then I thought about how society views males and females. And if you think about it, society as a whole kind of tends to see men more as leaders than women. And men may even get paid more, often do, get paid more for the same job that a woman does. So society kind of breeds this sense of entitlement, and that kind of makes sense. But that part of the study is kind of what got me thinking about how narcissists exploit people and situations. Basically, narcissists are exploitative. They all are, male or female. They're opportunistic. They will take advantage of whatever they can. And they're going to use the path of least resistance to get there. So that leads me to the 5 common behaviors of a female narcissist. So the first common behavior of a female narcissist, and this is in a romantic relationship obviously, but they tend to be hypersexual. So they will use sexuality to get their way. And actually it could even be in work relationships or friendships, if it's a male-female friendship or a friendship where there might be some sexual tension, they might use that to their advantage. But once that narcissist gets you on the hook, it's very likely that that will taper off, and that she'll kind of use sex as a weapon and withhold it to get you to try to change your behavior. So again, with this and with anything else, it's not that a man can't do these things or won't or doesn't, but because of the opportunistic nature of the narcissist, the female may be more likely to act this way. So a narcissistic female may also be likely to gossip. And here's where I was caught up in gender stereotypes, because women are stereotypically more prone to gossip than men. But the fact remains that a narcissist sees hierarchy in everything. So in a friendship, in a workplace, even in a relationship, even in a romantic relationship or a family, they see a hierarchy and they want to be at the top. They see themselves at the top. So if there's somebody who's a threat to them, they're going to tear them down. And a lot of times they'll do this subtly through gossip. Gossip is a really easy way to tear somebody down without them even knowing it, because you're doing it behind their back so they can't defend themselves. It's very cowardly. So you may see this in groups of friends. You may even see it in a mom's group. And similar things happen in the workplace. It happens in families. It happens anywhere a narcissistic woman could be threatened by another woman, she will take them down. And you can usually spot people like this, highly narcissistic women, because they're not the types who are going to build up other women. They are more about tearing them down to make themselves look better and feel better. And as mothers, narcissistic mothers are very likely to have a golden child. So this is a child that they put on a pedestal, and this is triangulation. So there's usually a child that they put down, a child that's not good enough, that will never ever be as good as the golden child. So a female narcissist is often likely to make comparisons and put other people down based on physical appearance. The female narcissist may want to be the most attractive person in the room. So the female narcissist is likely to make comparisons based on physical appearance or social status. So again, you'll see that hierarchy, and the female narcissist will do whatever she can to make herself seem like she is worthy of being at the top. So that can involve a lot of primping, or it could involve collecting all these status symbols that, maybe she can afford, maybe she can't. But it's important to her to look like she can, to appear as though she's at the top. Because to a narcissist, that's really all that matters, is that appearance. It's that people buy into that false self. And another characteristic that is common among female narcissists is shame. Shame is unfortunately one of the most used tools in any narcissist's tool bin. But a female narcissist who is targeting a male will often use that toxic masculinity against them. So they may reinforce those toxic beliefs by shaming a man for actually showing feelings or any number of things. But it is common for a female narcissist to use shame in that way. And they can use shame against other women. And for you mothers out there, it's very common for a highly narcissistic mother to shame another mother for their parenting decisions. So these are 5 common behaviors of a female narcissist. Again, it doesn't mean that males can't act in this way. It doesn't mean that males aren't concerned about their appearance and they don't gossip. But these are some behaviors that you might encounter if you're dealing with a female narcissist. And now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these behaviors have you seen in female narcissists in your life? And are there any others that I didn't mention? Let us know in the comments. And if you like this video, please let me know by hitting the like button. And if you'd like to see more like it, be sure you're subscribed, and I will see you next time.